What's up, ATG fam? I'm gonna show you 4 ways to hit your tibialis, the tib bar. Look at this. Today's one of the greatest days of my life. 5-minute timer. Can you get 100 reps? If you can do 100 reps in 5 minutes, boom, you can add weight. That's a perfect way to do it for dense strength, but I wouldn't stop you from adding this to any program. Notice the stretch particularly through the ankle. So for recovering from ankle sprains, I would say this is just unbeatable. Now, I said I was gonna show you other ways, right? So the tib bar, and before you complain about price or anything like that, I spent over a G to get a really good tibialis machine, and it still didn't quite feel as good as free weights. Not to mention if you look at fitness equipment, most machines cost $3,000–4,000 a pop. So with my whole system, you don't rely on any expensive equipment, believe it or not. So this is super cheap in the scheme of things. That's your protocol with this. 5 minutes, can you get 100 reps? If you get 100 reps, look at this. You can rest and keep going. So like, there's other ways you can do this, and I'm gonna show you, but you can see that for the user friendliness of it, look at this. I just popped on here, and now I can rest and I can keep going. So, I will show you other ways. One way to break up the monotony and get out of a plateau is to stand on a slant board and do it, because it's pretty tough just to get up, but here's the cool thing. So, think if it's tough to get your toes all the way up, right? Now fight it down the eccentric on one leg. Back up. So similar thing, you could set a 5-minute timer and you could try to get 50 of these eccentrics in 5 minutes, so a total of 100. So if you think about the forces and you think about how we use our tibialis, boom, this is actually really approximating that eccentric force. So there might be a lot of benefits out of doing that. Now, I will show you, and you'll see that this is great and this works, and that's why I'm here for everybody. This does work. You can get a floss band for $10 or less on Amazon. And I'll show you how to do this. It's simply less user-friendly. It does work. All right. There we go. And now you can still get that stretch and strengthen with measurable accuracy. So this totally works. It would be tougher to do as a 5-minute timer, so not as good for dense strength, but you could just do 3 sets to failure back and forth. And last but not least, of course, butt against the wall. I still think this is the best way to build up. This is what we do on Knee Ability Zero, and I like sets of 25 in Knee Ability Zero, but similar thing. You could stand at a distance and measure how far you can stand, farther the tougher, and see what can you get 100 reps in 5 minutes. If you achieve that, you could go farther the next time. Had to give you a little recap. I'm at the end of my set of 100. One of the smartest things I ever did was go in my mind, you know what? I might not have the biggest bench press, but I'm gonna try to get the strongest tibialis in the world. So your knees don't even have to bend, and you can be putting money in the bank to protect your knees, getting that blood flow through there. So for long-term patellar issues, for patellar tendonitis and things like this, this is just a no-brainer. So I'm towards the end of my set of 100, and I was like, you know what? I just got to give a recap. This thing works even better than I expected. So user-friendly. And then just like a bodybuilder pumping up his biceps, man, you can just go to town. You can just ask the universe for greater protection of your ankles and knees, and it's this simple.